Hey, I just wanted to come in and do a quick video because addiction is just so wide range. People, when they hear the word addiction, they think of drugs, alcohol, pills, and things of that nature. No. Addiction is like an, a compulsive, obsessive disorder that you have that out of control of, that you have and that you're not in control of. You know what I'm saying? It controls you. It doesn't matter what it be, love. It could be, it could be drugs. It could be alcohol. It could be sex. It could be gambling. It can be hoarding. It can be lying. It can be narcissistic. Could become an. But then I wouldn't even say narcissistic. I think some narcissistic people have their own issues. But to generalize the things I named above. So just today, I wanted to let us look at just a little bit of hoarding. There is no thing as organized hoarding. You hoard, you hoard. That's just an obsession. It's a compulsion. It's just something that you automatically do. It's just something that you might not have had when you were younger. It's just something that you might have been denied of that you want now. Or it's just something that you start to get or feel good off of and you want to feel more and more and more and more and more. Okay, so compulsive hoarding is a mental disorder marked by an obsessive need to acquire things that are worthless items, that are items of worth or worthless, and is hazardous and unsanitary to at some point in your life. So we just want to even hazardous, worthless, and unsanitary. So if there's no such thing, an organized user, organized gambler. Let me just pause this real quick. A functional addict. Ain't no such a thing because if you was functioning, it's one day you're not gonna function. You know what I'm saying? If you organize one day, you're not gonna be organized. And people who say things like that, you see them become quickly disorganized. You see them become quickly dysfunctional because ain't no functioning addict nowhere that I've ever met. And I've been a counselor many years. Okay, so I just want to show one picture of somebody. This is hoarders. Don't want to play them and get smacked, but this is one of the so-called organized hoarders. Okay,
that's a hard thing for me to have to think about, but it just is not safe. It is not safe for her to be there, physically and emotionally. Well, my parents divorced. I was about 13 or 14 when I moved in with my father, and she moved to California.
Wrongly, I thought if I ever left, she'd go with me. But she was a daddy's girl, and she wanted to be with dad.
okay, I'm gonna pause and play because the hoarders is kind of extensive. You got to have some strong skin to even watch hoarders because it gets a little deep. People will kill you about getting rid of their stuff. So I've dealt with hoarders, I've dealt with gamblers, which are the worst kind. They so hard to reach. A drug and alcoholic, you could reach them better than you could a hoarder or a gambler. They are hard to reach, and I would say 90% of them commit suicides and things like that. Suicides go along with gambling. I know well. Suicides is like right beside gambling. That's their next thing. Or drug usage. They might start using and drinking, things like that. But hoarding to people just feel like they're giving up. You're taking all their things. It's about things in their life, and that's the addictive part of it. So these are the people they're trying to clean out of the house. Let's just go a little further. And they give them such a hard time. It's such a hard time.
Yes, but in order for that to happen,
They have storage spaces and everything.
How this happened. And I'm curious about this particular room because it's very much walled off. And I'm wondering if this room, if anything has happened in this room, if this room is symbolic for any reason for you. It's only symbolic in that I didn't want to stay in there anymore. Mm-hmm. And why is that? Because it had a huge queen size bed and It had bits and pieces of furniture that has been up here for 36 years. I got some eyes on me right behind you. I see Elisa looking at me, and the eyes are trying to tell me something. And I'm not psychic yet, so I'm wondering if you could tell me what those eyes are trying to convey to me. I've been told. Don't go there. Well, Mom, no, don't go there. Can you listen? Just listen for just a second, okay?
Okay, y'all gonna have to watch the episode. But when you don't even have anybody in your life to pull your coat, or anybody that you can listen to that'll actually pull your coat. I see so much on YouTube that people are afraid to pull each other's coat on anything. I don't know if they could do it on the low or, because a lot of these people we don't know. So you can't trust anybody. But I have personal people in my life who pull my coat on a regular basis. I have a daughter, I have a son, I have nieces that's grown up, nephews, grandkids that let me. I have young grandkids that let me know who I am on a daily. You know what I'm saying? They'll say, "Oh, Granny," whatever it is that needs to be said, and I could accept some things. But when you don't have nobody, not a child or nobody to pull your coat or do an intervention or help you, you just out here like this on TV, okay? With a bad addiction or just out here bad, period, when you don't have any personal life. So I just wanted to put that out there. It's about addictions, and they come in all shapes and sizes, whether we controlling, that could be an addiction to us, to control other people, you know what I'm saying? To control the narrative of life. And then you get nowhere. You be out of control when you try to control. You know what I'm saying? You, like I said about a functioning addict, ain't no such a thing. Ain't no such a thing, because you're going to become dysfunctional. It's going to eventually show itself, the ugly head of itself. If you're an organized hoarder, come on now. Just give it some time. Give it some time, because things mean more to you than people, Things mean more to you. And then things will pull you. Like this lady here, she couldn't even live in her own place. So there's another one I saw. You can't even live in your own house because you got so many things. You got so much, quote, quote, I got so much. Okay. Keep thinking that. So I think that the best things in life are love. Well, God first, love. God and love. God tells us to love one another. God tells us to go and make disciples, Not push them away, not separate them. So God, love, and just, being honest about some things, being able to see some things and say it, because we do have freedom of speech. I think that's my character defect right there. I speak on some things that I want to speak on, period. If you're not worthy of me speaking on, I'm not speaking on. I'm trying not to go back and forth with nobody, but I put it out there like it is. All right, y'all have a great Saturday. They popping these fireworks like it's Afghanistan over here where I'm at on the southwest side. All right, y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.